What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the Furniture Guy. I'm here today to talk about the dangers of dating single mothers and fathers. Now, me being a single father, I would get why some would say, why would you teach that when you're a single father? I wanted to bring to you a few stories to help you understand more of what I was saying, or either analyze and be more open to understanding. See, we never have in our thought that one day the person that we have decided to bring or create life and bring it into this world, that we'll split in the moment, or that they won't be around. But things happen and people don't make it sometimes, and we have to accept that. When people decide to go their separate ways, life doesn't stop. So, with that being said, there's a lot of things that we encounter in life that we need. And one of the needs is love, affection, attentiveness. So if you split from one situation, eventually there'll be another situation. Now what happens in most situations when people create life together and they decide to go their separate ways, you find different partners. Different people come into your lives, you learn them, find out their likes and their dislikes. But the first thing that they have to acknowledge or accept is that you come with responsibilities. Most people say you come as a package deal. Now, for the most part, most people are okay with that, and I have been myself. But there's a flip side to that. Once you get into a situation with somebody. This story right here, it comes from Kings Mountain by way of Bessemer City. I was told this story to me as a child, and it is real life. It really happened. But there's two stories. I'm gonna start with this first one. Was I there? No, I was not there. But I was definitely made aware of this child. See, as a child, if you had your grandparents in your life, or some older parents that were older, they would always say to you, never get into a ready-made family. Now, a ready-made family, it consists of a man or woman with a child or children that's not married or in a relationship with the children's father. Women out here sometimes have 3 kids by one man, sometimes 4 by one man. That is a family. A lot of times other men take on that responsibility by interjecting themselves in that situation, and it's not always a good situation. And this story right here is going to help y'all understand more of why I teach my children to find someone who is single without children or a child and build a life with them. Start with them and you build a life up. Now, what I teach my children, who's to say once they get old enough to make their own decisions whether or not they're going to follow by what I've taught? I don't know if that's going to happen, but what I do know is I have given them the tools. They are equipped with the tools. So anyway, let's get off into this story. As a child, it must have been the early 90s, late 80s. My mother grew up in a small town called Bessemer City, North Carolina. Everybody knew each other in this town. This side of Bessemer City is actually called Vantown. This is where most of the blacks reside. So everybody's like family. Well, my mother befriended a lady who would become my godmother. and she had, I want to say, 4 brothers. I think 4 brothers. She had 4 brothers, and her and my mother become real close. She ended up being my godmother. Well, she had one brother that he had a child or children with the woman. Unfortunately, they didn't make it. The woman, I guess, she decided to go her way, and what I'm saying is that part is not facts. I don't know why they split, but they were not together. The woman was in a whole nother relationship or dealing with someone else. Well, this guy, he was always known to be a hard-working man. They say he was a good working man. He was about his business when it came to taking care of his children. He was about his family. He was quiet. You know, he wasn't the type of loud type of man. So, you know what would come to happen, nobody expected it. And this is why I say you must teach your children not to get in these situations, because you don't know what's, like, when a woman is in the middle of something, you don't know what's being said. You understand? You don't know what's being told to the other one or said to this one. So if you're not a logical thinking person, you're going to react. But anyway, this man, like I said, he was known to be a good man, quiet man that took care of his children. Well, he began to hear things according to his sister. This is all allegedly from his sister. He began to hear things about his daughters being mistreated, or daughter being mistreated. And over a period of time, I guess he got fed up. So it was said that he got at the children's mother and said, listen, the next time I hear something, I'm going to come over there. Now, I don't know if he said, next time I hear something, I'm going to come over there and kill you or what. And to anybody that know this story, if it's somebody that was close to you and affected you, please forgive me. I apologize. I'm not saying any names. And I don't know how sensitive this is to people. You know, this is just an example, one example of why I say you shouldn't do it. But anyway, you know, I think he had made a threat or whatever. So the daughter, you know, children small, they don't be knowing, you know, my daddy is my protector, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, children could just be in general conversation, not aware of the things that they are saying and the risk they may be putting other people at. You know, I got a daughter, and I think about if my daughter was to come to me and say, Daddy, my mama's friend whooped me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be furious, you know, and, you know, this is something that this man was hearing. I don't know if his child had been being whooped, mistreated, or whatever, but there was something that was going on. So it was said that the little girl went and told her father once more, and he clicked. They say he just clicked. He went over to his daughter or children's mother house, and he lost it. And when I say he lost it, they say he chased down his children's mother or daughter's mother and the boyfriend, and unfortunately, he took their lives. So, as a man, why would I tell my children, listen, because there are so many people out in this world. You know, get what you want in this world. You know, explore, travel, live, but find someone without a child, because see, when children are in the mix, it creates, you got people that's already emotionally upset, and it may not have anything to do with the children. It could be the way that it was split. It could be because the mama still want the father, or the father still want the mama. You understand? Those things could play a factor in a person being upset. So a person don't necessarily gotta have children. You can be dealing with a woman that's got a deranged ex-boyfriend that they don't have any ties to each other, but they were together. and he could lose it. You know, it's best to do your homework on people, because when you meet people, you meeting their representatives. You know, they ain't giving you the whole story. You don't know really what's going on. And you know, that man took these people's lives and ended up, you know, he was caught and found guilty. And if I'm not mistaken, he's still in prison to this day. And I know that's been over 30 years or better. You know, so when I say, you know, we should encourage our children to find people without children to start a life with and have children with, this is why. These are the dangers of being with someone and not knowing how the ex or the children's father or mother is thinking. There's so many situations where children go tell their parents, mom or daddy, such and such talk to me this kind of way. And you know, if you ain't thinking and you just a reactor, you're not gonna try to figure it out. You're not gonna approach the person, you know, in a manner of, like, in a peaceful manner. Like, I came, my daughter or my son said this, you know, and I was just trying to see what was going on, you know, so I can keep the peace, you know, just making sure everything's all right. Most people are not taught to respond like that. And in this day and time, everybody is on edge. So many people got so much in their mind, and they walking around like ticking time bombs, and it could be the slightest little thing to make them explode. So that's where I come from when I say, let's teach our children not to get in situations with people who already have kids or children. You know, I know it's like, okay, how can you say that and you have children? That's absolutely correct. But I can't teach my children, because I made some decisions that were mistakes. Now, I love my children, but the decision that I made and what I did, I shouldn't have never done that. You see, because me, myself, I got in a situation with a woman who already had 3 children. You know, and looking back at it, I wish I could have did those things differently. But I thank God for my children now, and I speak from experience when I say, you know, there's dangers in that. You know, you have issues with the other person, and you know, it's just not good. So if you think about it and you analyze what I'm saying, you'll understand more of why I said it. And nobody wants to put their children in situations where they're gonna be in danger. You understand? Now again, we can teach our children as much as we would like for them to teach, and we hope that they will go out and honor what we have taught, and they live by what we have taught. Or hopefully they might find a whole different way and say, Dad, you know, my mom and my daddy taught me what they could, but they couldn't teach me this. You understand? But they'll have the foundation. Nobody wants to jeopardize putting their children in danger. And I understand people out here is great step parents. I've been a great step parent, or whatever you want to call it. I've been one. But I do know in those types of relationships, especially if the mother or everything is not out front, everything has to be out front. The children can't be disrespectful, and the man that's in the relationship with the mother not saying anything to the mother. The mother can't neglect how that man is feeling because he think the children are being disrespectful. Everything got to be out front. The mama got to say, listen, this is who I'm with. You will not disrespect him. You know, yes, you got a father, or the man say, yes, you got a mother, and I'm not looking for a mother for you, or the woman say, I'm not looking for a father for you, but this is who is in my life, and y'all gonna respect him. I'm gonna introduce him, or I'm gonna introduce her to your father or your mother, and we're gonna all try to get on the same page, get on one accord, because in a sense, the woman has the control. Because she's in the middle, or whoever, the man might have it because he's in the middle. But 9 times out of 10, or what I'm saying is the woman is in the middle. She got the control. So if she's a manipulative woman, or her and the other father, or children's father, or kid father is dealing with each other, or not over each other, that creates a lot of toxic situations to where somebody can lose their life. And that's just one story. You know, another story. My aunt's daughter's father, same situation. in the next episode, I'm gonna break it down to you what happened to him. But you know, we get in these situations and we don't want to put our hands on other people's children, and we don't want people to do it to ours. So you just never know what you will get into and how that person may react. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. Teach your children to find a man or a woman out here and that's not with child or children, and build from there. We were always taught not to get into a ready-made family. We have lost our traditional ways of learning or being taught. But I still remember that. Even though I went astray and did what I wanted to do, I paid for that. There's consequences behind our actions, and I had to pay for that. Why not teach my children so if I see them going down, they may go down that road that I went down, why not teach them that way? They may not go that way, they may go this way, or they may go down that road. And I get to say, I told you so. Y'all remember that.